Hey, beautiful people, welcome back. Kamina the Koach here, coming back at you with another clip. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today, and please understand that this is by no means passing judgment because I've been there, done that. So, a lot of my videos, I'm just speaking from personal experience and definitely from observation. So, it's just a generalization. Of course, generalization doesn't mean everybody, it's just what I've seen. So, the bit of advice that I'd like to give at the beginning of this video is please, please, please work on yourself some before you get out here, especially if you're a woman, and not because women should be held at a higher standard, but because women all over the world are more of a target. So I'm 5'11 and I'm quite big, so I'm not as much of a target, but still in general, women quite a bit more than men, in danger of physical harm, in danger of bodily harm. So, what in the world am I talking about? Well, and anybody who's been overseas for any amount of time could definitely attest to this. It's like a frat sorority type culture, even for those people who are older than I'm 41, and people who are older than me get over here and do this. It's like and I've heard people say it way more than once. I said it myself, like, oh, I'm gonna go overseas and get my head right, blah blah blah. People come overseas saying they're gonna, get right, and come overseas and wild out of control. Even in countries where there are a lot of restrictions. In fact, in the countries where there are a lot of restrictions, there is a lot more of that going on. So just I with no names, I won't even name the country, but in one very restricted country, a guy was working for a government entity, and there's very high security at the place where he lived, and he wanted to bring he's married, by the way, wanted to bring his Filipino girlfriend where he lived, and her identification was expired. So he put her in a duffel bag and tried to sneak her into his accommodation. So yeah, he got sent home. I'm not sure if he still has a job. So I'm just saying, guys, you just gotta laugh about stuff. I've definitely had my day. Why did I say women more than men? Single women, women who are alone, women who kind of move in circles on their own, just because, well, it's not really safe for you to be inebriated anywhere alone, but especially overseas. And this past weekend, I've only been out twice since I've been here, and man, it's really really bad here. And they call it a if you hear if you're around expats who don't get into this culture, they'll call it an expat culture. If you ever waited tables when you were younger, it's that same kind of culture. Like when everybody gets off, everybody just goes and gets inebriated because they don't have to be at work the next day till 4 or 5. So I've only been out twice since I've been here, and I went out this weekend and met a young woman who works for the UN, an Italian woman who works for the UN, young, and was drunk when I ran into her, and I went somewhere else with her, and I guess I was supposed to be her friends. We went somewhere else together, and I'm more of a loner. I was just kind of sitting at the bar observing, and the bar removed from the dance floor because I don't like a lot of noise and all those lights and stuff. And people just come and talk to me when I'm sitting by myself. So I like to meet and talk to different people. So she kept kind of, oh, come on and let's. I'm like, no, I kept an eye on her. And eventually she got to that point where she was just past that point of no return. Yeah, she got to that point where she was past the point of no return, and I went and addressed it to the guys that she was with, and they're like, so one guy was like, I literally just met her last week. I'm like, I literally met her tonight. So I could see her at the bar, and there were some predators circling. I could tell that they could tell that she was past the point of no return. So I, gently took her by the arm and took her downstairs and put her in a taxi home, and hopefully she got home. This is the type of situation that you don't want to find yourself in, ladies. Guys too, though. I mean, there was a German guy that I had met a couple of weeks ago who was there, and I passed him going down the stairs. He's like, "I've lost my wallet and my phone." Guys, come on. Anyways, the point of this video, no judgment. No judgment. Lots of people have had their day, whatever, no judgment. The point of this video is you really need to do some get right inside of yourself. Really search yourself before you get out here so that you are not so susceptible to this type of situation. Um, so that you're strong enough to make your own circle, to find your own way, to find a way to live better and not burn all your money and not kill your body drinking and drugging while you're overseas. I mean, if that's what you're into and that's what you want to come overseas to do, more power to you. But I think that a lot of people don't expect that to be a thing when they come overseas, and they're shocked when they get over here and get sucked into it. So, 10 years of me being here, I was definitely shocked. In China, it wasn't really a problem because I was kind of the only one there. There wasn't a community. I was in a village. So I was with the locals, and it wasn't, now when the locals go out, I mean, but it's not a every night thing. So it wasn't really a problem for me in China, but definitely moving on from there to a more closed society where there were a lot of expats. That's the culture. That's what they're doing. So if you didn't know, now you know. For those of you that have been doing this for a while, I would love to hear your comments on this. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's warn our brothers and sisters so people are aware of what's going on. Take some time to spend some time with yourself, love on yourself, and make sure that your head and heart is right before you make this leap, because it can be challenging in ways that you don't expect it to be. So if you like this video, hit subscribe, hit like, share it with your friends, leave a comment down below, put it in a group. Let's have some discussion about this. Let's take care of each other, because that's what's really important to me, take care of my community. So Kamina the Koach wishing you love, light, peace, and joy. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.